Welcome back to our channel. This is Ninghui Kim Kongsai and you're watching TCN English News Edition. First, the headlines. Kuki body slam Arnab Goswami's remark on Manipur violence as foreign hands. Russia launches attack on Ukraine, more than 50 killed. News in detail. The Committee on Tribal Unity is dismayed at a one-sided overview of the recent incident at Kotruk and the situation that proceeded after, whereby depicting that the Kukis are insurgent groups who are in connivance with foreign countries such as USA, China, Bangladesh, and Myanmar by Arnab Goswami. A well-known news anchor is highly irresponsible and regrettable assessment of the situation as a journalist, especially in a volatile situation such as this. The committee was sharing the pain and loss of an innocent bystanders who are collateral to 1st September 2024 incident at Kotruk would like to respond and reiterate our stances as citizens of India that firstly, the KSO community have been reeling under acute scarcities of food and essential commodities, not to mention that the short supply of medicines and lack of medical facilities in the Hill Country since last May. So the questions of procuring high-grade weaponry by the KSO over search for livelihood would be foolhardy attempt by the KSO. Secondly, the committee is appealed why the state of Manipur has resorted to cherry-picking of incidents, such as Kotruk has gained importance over the entire conflict, where drones, bombs, and sophisticated weapons were incessantly used by the Meitei militants and VBIGs. Perhaps it's an indication to dilute over the leaked self-incrementing audio record of the incumbent Chief Minister and Biren Singh in the ensuing mass genocide program of KSO community.
The Committee on Tribal Unity and the KSO communities within Southern Hills observed the 16th Remembrance Day to show our respect and give our flower tributes to our brave heroes who sacrificed their life for the cause of KSO common political problems, which is separate administration in the form of UT legislature. The long pending and waiting political demand for the KSO communities is still pending and is still eagerly waiting, and we hope the central government will expedite the KSO political talks in the form of UT legislature. So today, I, on behalf of the Committee on Tribal Unity, challenge and encourage the KSO communities and KSO village volunteers to fight for a common goal until we achieve the KSO political demand, separate administration in the form of UT legislature. And also, let us unite and let us keep unity among the KSO communities, and let's fight in a common goal. And lastly, today, the 16th Remembrance Day, the communities of the KSO who participate in this observation day, we express our heartfelt gratitude to the KSO communities who participate and who are observing this 16th Remembrance Day on this 3rd September 2024.
Therefore, the mainstream TV news channels, especially Goswami, is appealed to verify their news source or reporters from both sides before airing their news content, and to refrain from falling into the narratives of the majoritarian media journalists for fair and balanced reporters. The KSO General Headquarters is deeply concerned by the recent statements and claims surrounding the ongoing violence in Manipur. It is imperative to address these allegations with clarity and a commitment to evidence-based responses. Since early December 2023, the utilizations of drone bomb against the Kuki by the Métis has been mentioned, but nobody pays heed until an allegation of the same was levied by the Métis in the recent incident. And then almost every media outlet pop up with the various so-called experts with biased opinions, blaming the Kuki with all unfounded reasoning without any assumption of its truth. Pertinent to this, Arnab Goswami on Republic TV Live claimed that there were 50 aerial bombings in Manipur. At present, there is no substantial evidence to support his claim of fantasy. The absolute truth is that the drone was used to bomb the Kuki areas, but fortunately, the Kuki village volunteers who were patrolling the surroundings near buffer zones shot down the drone of Métis, which was falling under the airspace of Kuki Hills, and handed over the drone to security agencies. Furthermore, claims that members of KNF received specialized drone attack training in Myanmar need to be corroborated with reliable sources. It is important to verify such information through independent and credible reports rather than relying on unconfirmed allegations. The KSO General Headquarters placed few points in addition. Since the Valley-based media community controls all the four pillars of the state, if the Republic TV's Arnab Goswami shows his interest in telecasting the truth about the Manipur conflict, he needs to come down to Manipur and do the ground report in both the hills and valley. Regarding the involvement of foreign agencies, we believe that RAW and IB has the best knowledge. The assumptions and allegations made by the so-called experts are beyond our level. The KSO General Headquarters calls out all media outlets to stick to ethical reporting rather than technical reporting. In light of recent unwanted incidents in the district that have the potential to create law and order problems and cause a variable hardship to the general public and, in particular, students and job experience, the leaders of students' bodies, through ZDF General Headquarters, KSO Cherchampur, and HAS, joint headquarters are compelled to issue a public appeal for the maintenance of an atmosphere of harmony. The recent news that upcoming competitive exams to be conducted in Lamka will be cancelled due to law and order problems in the district is concerning, to say the least. The joint student bodies appeal to all to maintain a peaceful atmosphere conducive for conducting competitive exams in the district. This is all the more important as appearing for exams in other states come with a heavy financial burden for the candidates and is not an option for many. The need to maintain a peaceful environment is all the more pertinent as while we unitedly continue to resist the ethnic cleansing we are facing, students and job experience need to be protected from further disturbances. Keeping in mind that education and the search for employment were heavily affected by 2 years of lockdown, COVID-19, followed by 15 months of violence, the student bodies appeal to all to avoid any activities that can negatively affect our students and job experience. Furthermore, they appeal to all to endeavor to maintain a harmonious environment and to refrain from communally sensitive content on various social media platforms. The extensive of multi-cognate tribes warrants that we should all be conscious of the sensitiveness of all tribes and communities and strive for communal harmony. Above all considerations, we should keep in mind that the future of our job experience and students cannot be compromised at any cost. Therefore, the joint student bodies urge all student and job experience to continue their educations and preparations wholeheartedly and wish them all the success in their endeavors. Zawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya JMV Tuinum organized a program under the Vijayan Jyoti initiative from September 4, 2024 in collaboration with Tirchampur Medical College as the knowledge partner. The program was attended by MBBS students from Tirchampur Medical College. The event was held in Medical College Lecture Hall, where Nyangailan, the host, introduced the guest Dr. Hat Nating, assistant professor at CMC, delivered the keynote address, followed by a speech by Dr. David Gangte, assistant professor at CMC. Let Gintang Baide spoke on strategies to prepare for need. And Ning Jing Haokip shared his experiences on life of an MBBS students. As Domwan Siam Simte, GZT Computer Science and Vijan Jyoti Coordinator, moderated the program. Students from Renkai Higher Secondary School, Vimala Raina High School, and JMV also attended the event. Vijan Jyoti is an initiative by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, aimed at providing a platform for girls, students from government schools to pursue educations in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. The project includes various activities, one of which is visiting knowledge partners. Today's visit to CMC was part of this initiative. Previously, NIT Manipur was the knowledge partner for JMV Tuinum, but for the 2023 to 2024 and 2024 to 2025 sessions, Tirchampur Medical College has taken over as the knowledge partner. The program was organized under the guidance of S. Domwan Siam Simte, DZT Computer Science and Vijan Jyoti Coordinator. The Assam Rifles thwarted the cross-border smuggling of contraband items along the international border in Manipur's Moray. The security personnel recovered one sack containing clothes of different sizes, 2 sacks of Burmese erica nuts, 60 kg per sack, 380 packets of mosquito repellent, 96 cans of energy drink, 40 packets of noodles, erica nuts 120 kilograms, worth rupees 54,000, and 71 bottles of liquor tied with Cambo bike. Acting on specific input, the Assam Rifles launched an operations and for the cross-border smuggling of contraband items at multiple places in Moray along the Indo-Myanmar border, IMB, with effect from September 1 to 2024. Investigations into the matter is underway and further details are awaited. Earlier last month, the Assam Rifles has seized 120,000 Yaba tablets, worth rupees 19.2 crore at Agartala, Salbagand. As per the security personnel, an individual was also arrested along with a Bolero vehicle. As many as 9 Naxalites were killed during an encounter with security forces in Chhattisgarh on Tuesday. The gunfight took place on Dantewada-Bizapur border. Inspector General IG Buster P. Sundaras told news agency PTI. The gunfight broke out around 10:30 a.m. when a joint team of security forces was out on an anti-Naxal operation. Personnel belonging to the District Reserve Guard DRZ and the Central Reserve Police Force CRPF were involved in the operations, which was launched based on inputs about the presence of Naxalites belonging to its West Buster Division unit, he said. The intermittent exchange of fire lasted for a long duration, following which the bodies of 9 Naxalites clad in uniform were recovered from the spot, Sundara said. Besides, a huge cache of weapons was also seized from the encounter site, he said. Security personnel were reported to be safe and a search operation was still underway in the area, he added. Buster region comprises 7 districts, including Dantewada and Bizapur. With this incident, 154 Naxalites have been gunned by the security forces in different encounters in Chhattisgarh so far this year, the police told PTI. Will Narendra Modi hijack another of Congress guarantees? the party's General Secretary in charge communications, Jairam Ramesh, asked on September 3rd with respect to the ongoing debate around caste census. It may be noted that the debate over caste census continues to stir political discourse in India, highlighting the complexities of addressing historical marginalized communities while balancing social welfare and electoral strategy. The Congress questioned whether Modi will take up the mantle of conducting a caste census after the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh (RSS) indicated no objection to it, provided the data is used for welfare and not politics. This inquiry comes after the RSS statement on Monday during a 3-day coordinations conclave in Palakkad, Kerala, where it addressed the sensitive nature of caste-related issues for Hindu society. Now that the RSS has given the green signal, will the non-biological Prime Minister hijack another guarantee of Congress and conduct a caste census? Ramesh inquired. Ramesh also raised several questions on the organization's role and influence over the caste census. Who is the RSS to give permission for the caste census? What does the RSS mean when it says caste census should not be misused for electioneering? Is it to be a judge or umpire? Ramesh posted in Hindi post on X. Ramesh also questions why the RSS has remained silent on the necessity for a constitutional amendment to remove the 50% cap on reservations for Dalits, Adivasis, and OBCs. He further speculated whether the Prime Minister would now adopt Congress' stance on the caste census following the RSS recent statement. Moreover, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge sought clarity on the RSS position on the caste census, questioning its commitment to the constitutions over Manusmriti and solicitude for marginalized communities. Is the Sangh Parivar, which is in favor of Manusmriti instead of the constitutions of the country, worried about the participations of Dalits, tribals, backward classes, and poor deprived society or not? Kharge posted on X in Hindi. Addressing the media, Sunil Ambedkar, RSS Akhil Bharatiya Prachar Pramukh, emphasized the importance of handling caste and caste relations with care, stressing their significance for national unity and integrity. Responding to questions on caste census, Ambedkar stated that special attention is necessary for communities that are lagging behind, but it should be only to address the welfare for those communities and caste. It should not be used as a political tool for electioneering. And so we put a caution line for everyone, Ambedkar said. The comments from the RSS have come at a time when opposition parties like Congress, Samajwadi Party, and allies from India bloc have been advocating for a caste census to facilitate better policy making. Ambedkar noted that previous governments have also undertaken caste-based data collections and affirmed there is no problem with doing so again, as long as the data is used correctly. So as RSS thinks, yes, definitely for all welfare activities, addressing the particular community or caste which is lagging behind, and so special attention is needed to have some communities and caste. So that for the government needs the numbers. It is very well practiced. Earlier also it has also taken, so it can take it, no problem. 2 women were cheered to death and a few others injured in a major fire at an insurance office at Papanamkot in the state capital on Tuesday. One of the deceased has been identified as Visnya 35, an employee owned New India Insurance Company. The other woman has not been identified. The fire broke out at New India Insurance Office on Tuesday. The fire department received the alert around 1:30 p.m. Locals reported hearing a loud sound from the second floor shortly out before the office caught fire. The exact cause of the fire is not yet confirmed, although the 2 women who had suffered severe burns were admitted to the medical college hospital. They could not be saved. The office has been completely destroyed by the fire. The office operates in the second floor of a building in the city center. Primary investigation suggests that it might have been triggered by air conditioning unit explosion. We are still investigating the exact cause of the fire. 2 units were sent from the Tengkalchola fire station immediately upon receiving the information, said a fire force officer. Fire force officers have doused the fire. Despite the intensity of the fire, nearby shops were not affected, according to police officers. Boosting local manufacturing. The Defense Acquisition Council, DAC, under the chairmanship of Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, on Tuesday accorded acceptance of necessity (AOM) for 10 capital acquisition proposals amounting to rupees 1,44,716 crore. Of the total cost of AOMs, 99% is from indigenous sources under Buy Indian and Buy Indian indigenously designed, developed and manufactured categories, said the official statement. Among 10 projects, the Defense Ministry to modernize the tank fleet of the Indian Army has cleared the proposals for procurement of future-ready combat vehicles, FRCVs. The FRCV will be futuristic main battle tank with superior mobility, all-terrain ability, multi-layer protections, precision, and lethal fires over and real-time situational awareness, said the official statement. Among 10 projects, the Defense Ministry to modernize the tank fleet of Indian Army has cleared the proposal for procurement of future-ready combat vehicles, FRCVs. The FRCV will be a futuristic main battle tank with superior mobility, all-terrain ability, multi-layer protections, precision, and lethal fires over and real-time situational awareness, said the official statement. 3 AONs have been accorded to enhance the capabilities of the Indian Coast Guard, ICZ. The procurement of Donner 228 aircraft, next-generation fast patrol vessels having high operational features in rough weather conditions, and next generations offshore patrol vessels with advanced technology and enhanced long-range operations will enhance the capability of ICZ to carry out surveillance, patrolling of maritime zone, search and rescue, and disaster relief operations. Prior to approving proposals, the Cabinet Committee on Security on Monday approved the procurement of new engines for the Su-30 MKI fighter jet deal with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) to get a rupees 26,000 crore contract to manufacture them at Koraput plant. The AL-31FP engines are to be delivered over an 8-year period and would have an indigenous content of over 54%. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led CCS has cleared an order for 240 of these that will replace older engines that are coming to the end of their service life. Kampet Township Council announced any organization that is not affiliated with ICNCC or CB will not be accepted in Kampet Township. In Kampet Township, Chin State, any organization that does not have partnership with Interim National Council, ICNCC, and Chin Brothers, CB, will not be accepted. Kampet Township Council announced yesterday evening, September 3rd, that if there is a breach, they will take a necessary action. The third Kampet Township Public Conference will held from September 29 to 31, and Kampet will join hands with Chin Brother Nawang in the revolutions and join ICNCC in politics. During the aforementioned conference, the formations of ZDF Kampet has been changed with a military commander system and requested local and foreigners to contribute. ZDF Kampet Township Ward No. 5 announced on September 1st that underage children are being forcefully taken to a military school in the village of Kampet Township. State No. 5 has been forced to take them to a military school without the public's opinion. In addition, some ZDF Kampet militants have brought alcohol army AA to the township without the opinion of public. Therefore, there are currently unnecessary problems between the organizations and each other. The people of Kampellet have demanded AA troops to leave Kampellet Township, and all problems that may arise will be taken care of by a group of people who brought AA. A recent Russian attack on Tuesday targeted the central Ukrainian city of Poltava, causing significant devastations and loss of life. Ukrainian president confirmed that the strike hit a military educational facility, resulting in dozens of deaths and many injuries. The attack is believed to be one of the deadliest since the war began in February 2022, over 900 days ago. According to Zelensky, 2 ballistic missiles struck the city, hitting the Institute of Communications and a neighboring hospital. The impact was severe, with at least 50 people losing their lives and over 180 other injured. In a video statement, Zelensky expressed his sorrow over the casualties, stating that more than 180 people were injured. Unfortunately, there are many dead. As of now, 51 people have been reported dead. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry described the strike as barbaric, noting that the missiles hit shortly after an air raid alert was issued. Many people were on their way to a bomb shelter when the attack occurred. Rescue teams and medics rushed to the scene, managing to save 25 people from the rubble, including 11 who were trapped beneath the debris. This tragic incident highlights the ongoing violence and destructions caused by the conflict, with civilians and infrastructure increasingly caught in the crossfire. The situation remains tense as Ukraine continues to deal with the aftermath of this devastating attack. North Korea's Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un reportedly ordered the executions of at least 30 government officials responsible for the damage due to devastating floods over the summer that killed thousands. The South Chosun TV reported on Tuesday that 20 to 30 people, including provincial governors, were sentenced to capital punishment last month for failing to prevent flooding. The report quoted a government official as saying, "It has been determined that 20 to 30 gatherers in the flood-stricken area were executed at the same time late last month, and that circumstances involving the dismayed Chazang Province Party Secretary Kang Bong-hoon have been captured and are being confirmed." It was also reported that several officials were also being charged with corruption and derelictions of duty. Even though there was recent flood damage, they were dismissed for social security reasons, and the executives themselves are so anxious that they don't know when their necks will fall off, a former North Korean diplomat was quoted as saying. Meanwhile, the North Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, reported that Kim Jong-un ordered authorities to strictly punish the officials after catastrophic floods hit the Chazang province near the border with China in July. It's however difficult to know and confirm the details given the North's extreme secrecy. North Korea's state media reported in July that the recent heavy rains in northwestern North Korea flooded thousands of houses and a vast extent of farmland and left many residents homeless and living in makeshift tents. Around 3,500 and 4,000 people were reported to have died in the floods. North Korea is prone to flooding from heavy summer rains because of poor drainage, deforestation, and dilapidated infrastructure. A Russian company registered in the far eastern city of Komsomolsk-on-Amur has been cleared to import beer produce in North Korea, Russian media reported on Wednesday, in the latest sign of warning ties between Moscow and Pyongyang. The UK has defended its decision to suspend some arms sales to Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called the decision shameful, saying on social media that it will only embolden Hamas. But Hussam Jomlot, the Palestinian top envoy to the UK, called the partial ban an important first step to the UK's fulfillment of its legal obligations under domestic and international law. On Monday, the UK suspended around 30 out of 350 weapons export licenses to Israel. But Defense Secretary Zong Hali insisted the UK remained a staunch ally of Israel, telling the BBC Israel's security would not be weakened by the decision. Security Minister says the weapons could be used in Gaza to violate international law. Human rights group Amnesty International UK said that measures were too limited. Others have criticized the timing of the announcement for coming on the same day funerals took place for 6 hostages killed by Hamas last week. Haley told BBC Breakfast it was agonizing, seeing the faces of the dead hostages, but said the timing was driven by the fact that this was a legal process and the need to report to Parliament. Foreign Secretary David Lammy said on Monday that the UK would be suspending 30 out of 350 arms export licenses to Israel, affecting equipment such as parts for fighter jets, helicopters, and drones. Haley said these were chosen because they supplement equipment used in Gaza for offensive purposes, while the vast majority of other parts of our country exports to Israel are either not related to the conflict or may be used for Israel's defense. UK arms sales to Israel are small in comparison to other allies, contributing just 1% of the country's defense imports. The UK exports arms to multiple countries including Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. The US is by far the largest supplier of arms to Israel, accounting for 69% of its imports of major conventional arms between 2019 and 2023. According to Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. In a statement, Zomno said that the Palestinian mission to the UK would continue working with the UK government towards a full arms embargo. Amnesty International UK accused the government of gesture politics, giving less than 10% of arms export licenses were suspended. The charity's chief executive, Sacha Desmukh, said the restrictions were too limited and riddled with loopholes. The United States has seized Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro's airplane after determining that its accusation was in violation of U.S. sanctions, among other criminal issues. The U.S. flew the aircraft to Florida on Monday, according to 2 U.S. officials. It's the latest development in what has long been a frosty relationship between the U.S. and Venezuela, and its seizure in the Dominican Republic marks an escalation as the U.S. continues to investigate what it regards as corrupt practices by Venezuela government. This sends a message all the way up to the top, one of the U.S. officials told CNN. Seizing the foreign head of state's plan is unheard of for criminal matters. We're sending a clear message here that no one is above the law. No one is above the reach of U.S. sanctions. The plan has been described by officials as Venezuela's equivalent to Air Force One, and it has been pictured in previous state visits by Maduro around the world. The Dominican Republic's President Luis Abinader said the plan seized by the U.S. on Monday was not resisted under the name of the Venezuelan government, but rather under the name of an individual. Foreign Minister of Dominican Republic Roberto Alvarez says the country's Attorney General office received an order last May from a national court to immobilize the plan. The U.S. had requested it to be mobilized so that they could search it for evidence and objects linked to fraud activities, smuggling of goods for illicit activities, and money laundering, he said. In a statement, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland said that the Justice Department seized an aircraft we alleged was illegally purchased for $13 million through a sale company and smuggled out of United States for use by Nicolas Maduro and his cronies. The plane, a diesel Falcon 900EX, was purchased from a company in Florida, the Justice Department said, and was illegally exported in April 2023 from the United States of Venezuela through the Caribbean. It was used for Maduro's international travels and flew almost exclusively to and from a military base in Venezuela, according to Justice Department. Record shows that the plane's last resisted flight was immersed, flying from Caracas to Dominican capital of Santo Domingo. A fierce tropical storm has caused floods and landslides that have killed 11 people in the Philippines. Tropical storm Yagi left the north of country overnight into Monday. The heavy rain flooded many areas and set off landslides. Newswire report says 9 to 11 people have been killed. About 20 big storms and typhoons hit the Philippines or its surrounding areas. Water is here typically between late June and October, damaging homes and infrastructure and killing dozens. Yagi brushed past the Bicol region southeast of the capital, Manila, overnight on Sunday and was expected later on Monday to make landfall on the northeast coast of the main island of Luzon. Schools and government offices across Manila were shut down as a precaution, while ferry services in affected areas were suspended and 29 domestic flights were cancelled. 3 people, including a pregnant woman, were killed in a landslide in Manila's suburb of Antipolo, a city information officer told the AFP news agency. The bodies of 4 other people, all drowning victims, were also recovered on Monday. Yagi also lost the eastern city of Naga, killing 2 people, including a baby girl who drowned as floodwater rose, rescuers said. More than 300 people remained at evacuation camps on Monday, the local disaster office said. In July, powerful typhoon Gami triggered heavy rain and massive flooding in the Philippines, resulting in at least 22 deaths. Four Indians, including a woman, died after the SUV they were traveling in burst into flames in multi-vehicle crash in Texas, the United States. The fire left their bodies severely charred, and authorities are now using DNA testing to confirm their identities. The accident took place on a Friday, August 30. The 4 had connected through a carpooling app and were on the way to Bentonville. The 4 had connected through a carpooling app and were on the way to Bentonville, Arkansas, according to a report with the Times of India. At least 5 vehicles were involved in the multi-vehicle crash, while the 4 Indians died on the spot after a speeding truck rammed their SUV. 3 others sustained injuries in the accident, the report stated. The deceased were identified as Aryan Rakhunath Orampati and his friend Farooq Sheikh from Hyderabad, Lokesh Palacharla from East Godavari in Andhra Pradesh, and Darshini Vasudevan from Tamil Nadu, the report quoted the city police as saying. Orampati and his friend Sheikh were returning home after visiting a relative in Dallas. Palacharla was heading to Bentonville to meet his wife, while Vasudevan, a master's degree graduate from the University of Texas, was traveling to visit her uncle, it stated. Mastan Valley, the father of Farooq Sheikh, told TOI that his son has been in the U.S. for the last 3 years and recently completed his MS course. His daughter, who also resides in the U.S., is working with authorities there regarding Farooq's remains, he said. On August 31st, hours after Darshini died in the car crash, her father, in separate expos, sought help from the Minister of External Affairs in locating his daughter. In the post, Vasudevan mentioned her daughter was traveling from Frisco to Bentonville and that his family had been unable to reach out to her for nearly 12 hours. Tagging EAMS Jaisankar, Vasudevan wrote, "Dear Sir, my daughter Darshini Vasudevan, holding Indian passport number T6215559, have been in USA for the last 3 years, 2 years of MS studies, and later 1 year of employment, and stays 3150 Avenue of the Stars APT 1110, Frisco, Texas 75034. That's all from us tonight, and we thank you for joining our program.